Hi everyone, it's Tim Topham here again, wishing you a really happy Sunday evening, or no, what day is it? After Easter, I always get mucked up. It's Tuesday morning or Monday evening, perhaps if you're in the United States or Europe. Good morning to those of you who might be tuning in from Australia. I did want to announce today the winners of my InnerCircle annual discount membership. It's a really special competition that I ran as part of my second birthday celebrations for the InnerCircle. So in a moment I'm going to announce that. I'll also be talking briefly about this weekend when I'm going to have the pleasure of heading over again to Perth to do some speeches for the WAPPC. I can't wait to get back there. I haven't been for 4 years was the last time I was there, because they hold it every 2 years and I couldn't go 2 years ago, so I'm absolutely stoked to be back. So I'll mention that and a couple of other things that we've got going on at the moment. So firstly, I have to say too, we ran a webinar about teaching adults, and I had on the webinar, this was just last week on Thursday, Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano, and he's an absolute superstar, and it was one of the best webinars we've had, so I hope some of you were able to tune in. If you weren't, of course, InnerCircle members can access it now and all the bonuses along with that. If you weren't able to join us live for the adult teaching webinar, it was all about inspiring adults, but also about scheduling and packaging things and marketing to them really well. If you weren't able to do that, then I am looking at the moment about whether I can add that to something that you could sign up for as a replay watch, but it's not available at the moment unless you're one of my InnerCircle community members. But look, I had to mention that because it was just so much fun. Some people were saying, oh my goodness, this guy, Tom, my guest, is genius. I've never thought of these ideas before. Some of the things he's doing absolutely really innovative. Just I hadn't thought of them before, so it was great to share them with the people who were on the webinar last week. All right, so to our announcement of the winners, the offer was for my second birthday celebrations for the InnerCircle, which is annually on the 13th of March, which was when I first launched my InnerCircle community. If you're one of my InnerCircle members and you're watching this or the replay, let us know. Just pop a comment in, or give us a thumbs up or a heart or something like that. I know many of you tune into these little quick Facebook Lives. So what I did is I offered in return, simply for a registration to the competition, that you could get an annual membership for $149 US. Now the regular price is $399, so this was an absolutely crazy offer, and I am very happy to announce that 3 people have been chosen to receive this. And of course, just as whenever you sign up at whatever price you sign up for my InnerCircle membership, which of course, if you're not already involved and you're interested in it, you can head to timtopham.com/community to get involved. And whatever price you sign up for is the price that you're locked into. So these 3 lucky people are now locked into $149 a year for the life of their membership, which is really, really exciting. So first winner, and I will of course, in case you're not watching this, I will of course email these people directly to let them know. But the first person is Wendy Cooper, who is actually one of our current monthly members and has been a member for over a year now. And so Wendy, I'm really, really happy to offer you that upgrade to the annual at a really discounted rate. So I'll be sending you details of that. So Wendy was our first one. And we had Anne. I'm not sure of Anne's last name. I only have her email. And you'll be receiving a $149 membership as well. And finally, the last person to get their discount was Zoe Davies. So Zoe, if you're watching this at a replay, and Anne and Wendy, congratulations. It's going to be fantastic to have you involved in the community, and I will be emailing you directly to let you know the details of how to get connected. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm actually heading away again this weekend. As many of you know, I've been doing a fair bit of travel for a variety of conferences and also workshops. And so I'm heading to Perth, Western Australia, this Friday for the West Australian Piano Pedagogy Convention. So if you are in Western Australia and you're in Perth, I would love to meet up with you. I know many of you will be going to this conference, which is great, so I look forward to seeing you there. If you're not going to the conference, but you are in Perth, then I am going to host a meetup drinks session at one of the local wine bars just near the University of Western Australia, which is where the conference is being held. It's going to be on Sunday night from 6 to 7 p.m. If you're interested in that and you're living locally but you're not able to get to the conference itself, just head to timtopham.com/meetup, and that's where the details are of the time and place and how to get there and all that good stuff. So what am I actually going to be doing there? Well, I'm very happy to have been asked to open the conference on the Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. I will be presenting about my 4-chord composing framework. It's probably the most popular thing that I speak on, and it's certainly one of the most popular things that I've created and do with my own students. And pretty much any transfer student, any adult or teenager will explore 4-chord composing with me in my studio. Now, if you're 100% like, what on earth is this guy talking about 4-chord composing? I've never heard of it. Then you can actually get a taste of it and see me teaching my student the first couple of lessons in this series at timtopham.com/chords. And you can actually download a couple of my first lesson plans for this approach. It's the full course is about an 8 or 10 lesson course that you could take students through. I mean, it gives you pretty much a year's worth of fun composing work that you could do with a student. So if you're interested in that whole thing, get a taste for it. Just head to timtopham.com/chords and you can find out a little bit more about that approach. So that's what I'm talking about on the Saturday. On Sunday, I then open Sunday morning again with my Piano for Leisure workshop, which many of you have seen around Australia. So Piano for Leisure is the AMEB, the Australian Music Exam Board series of books that I've helped put together for them, which we launched at the end of last year. So I'm looking forward to sharing the books, that's these ones here, with all of you guys in Perth. I'm making sure I'm actually down here at my piano today because I need to do some practice again. I've had a couple of days off over Easter, which I think's okay, but I do need to get back into it. So that's what I'll be going to do on Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon I'll do the other part. So I'm going to do the lower grades in the morning and then the upper grades in the afternoon. By the way, if you're using the Piano for Leisure series of books, these ones here, let me know in the reply in the comments area there. Just let me know let me know your favourite piece if you found one, either for you. I know a lot of teachers are really enjoying actually just playing these pieces for themselves. What piece do you like the most? Or what piece have you had most fun teaching a student? I'd love to know that if you are in Australia and you happen to be using those books. I do apologise to all of you who aren't in Australia. I'm afraid the books aren't available outside of Australia. I'm trying to convince them that there's merit in doing it, but it's not likely to happen in the near future, unfortunately. However, that said too, a lot of the creative ideas that I've put into these books I have talked about on various Facebook Lives and videos, podcasts and blogs. I call it mashing up music. It was the topic of January's webinar. So hopefully a number of you caught that. Okay, and then finally for the Sunday, this weekend over in Perth, we've got the meet-up drinks for anyone. If you're watching this and you're a follower of mine on Facebook or YouTube or wherever it is, and if you're a member, please come along to the meet-up drinks, 6 to 7 p.m. at Steve's Wine Bar. It's in Nedlands, just near the University of WA. And so you can find out more about that at timtopham.com/meetup. Good to see Terry there. She's got the books. Thanks, Terry. I hope you're enjoying using them. Let me know if you've got any questions, of course, about them too. All right. So look, thank you very much for joining me today. It's just a quick one from me, and I will be getting into my practice now. Hopefully some of you saw the Facebook Live I did earlier this year talking about my practice routine and how I'm really committing to a good hour or hour and a half every morning at the instrument. And I tell you what, it's obviously improved my ability to play for these workshops and things that I'm doing. But geez, it's such a great thing to reconnect with the instrument that is the passion that caused me to be a teacher, and for many of you the same situation. But it's really easy to get completely disconnected from our own playing of these instruments. So if you can possibly do it, set yourself a little challenge. I've got a practice challenge in the Inner Circle where teachers can set a goal of practicing every day for 1 week. It's my 1 week practice challenge. You can do it yourself. and I think it will have a big impact, even if it's just 15-20 minutes a day, whatever you can do, and find a time that you can stick to, preferably. Don't leave it up to a student not showing up for their lesson and then you practice, because that won't always happen, of course. Finally, speaking of challenges, for those of you who are in my inner circle, if you haven't already started your 4-week challenge, then get into it. It starts this week and it goes for the next 4 weeks. And we run these 2 or 3 times each year for teachers. And the goal of a 4-week challenge is for you to set some really specific goals to achieve each of the 4 weeks, and then hopefully an overarching goal for the period of the month that you're taking the challenge. And these goals are both teaching goals, business goals, but also personal and life goals. And I know many teachers have had huge success with just by cutting down chocolate or junk food, or getting moving, or walking their dog more, or committing to that yoga that they've signed up for but never gone to, or making sure they ride their bike, or any of those kinds of things. Trying to get off their screens at bedtime, trying to spend more quality time with their partner or family. These are all such important things that oftentimes we neglect and miss because life is really, really busy. So for those of you in Australia, many of you are now on holidays for a couple of weeks. This is a great time to set yourself some goals in your studio and try to achieve them. If you are in the inner circle, of course, you can actually track these goals, and we're going to be cheering you along from the sidelines and answering questions and helping you as much as we can along the way, which is why it's great to be a part of a community like that. So if you want to join us, timtopham.com/community is the place to go, and I can't wait to see lots of you guys at the conference this weekend in Perth. I'll be flying over on Friday. I think we're starting with a bit of a cocktail party on the Friday night, followed by a recital. Should be really, really good. I'll make sure I pack my suit and look a bit smarter than I am now. All right, thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I can see there's a few people live. Lovely to see you all. I hope you're having a great day so far, or evening. I really hope you had a wonderful Easter too, and got some time to spend with your family and that kind of stuff, because that's really important as well. Have a great week ahead. I'll see some of you in Perth this weekend, and if not, then my next trip's coming up. Just for those of you who are interested, if you're in Canberra, I'll be heading to Canberra in about a month's time for a weekend of workshops up there as well. And then my last big trip for the year is for the Music Teachers Association of California, where I'll be doing a number of workshops with teachers over there in Orange County. Can't wait for that too. That's going to be really, really good. All right, thanks everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Lovely to hang out with you, and wishing you all the best. Let me know if you've got any questions at all about anything coming up or anything that I've mentioned today. Pop it in the comments. I always look through them. Thanks everyone. See you.